Bonjour à toutes et à tous les amis et bienvenue sur la chaîne YouTube de So Catch by Al. J'espère que vous allez bien. Je voulais vous faire une très rapide introduction juste avant de vous diffuser l'interview d'Adam Cole, puisque c'est une interview un petit peu spéciale, vous allez le voir, sous forme de table ronde. On est plusieurs personnes à lui poser des questions. Adam Cole a eu des petites galères pour venir, donc il a été en retard et on n'a pas eu beaucoup de temps pour lui poser des questions. Moi j'ai pu lui poser une seule question en fait. Donc ce que j'ai fait, c'est que je vous ai laissé les questions des autres personnes parce que je les trouvais vraiment très intéressantes et puis ça vous fait aussi une interview un petit peu plus longue. Voilà les amis, profitez bien de la vidéo, on se retrouve très bientôt. N'oubliez pas de vous abonner et de liker la vidéo, comme d'habitude, ça fait toujours plaisir.
Do you see some kind of difference between these two periods from Japan and the Bold Club and now under Undisputed era?
Definitely. I've been in a lot of different factions my whole career, and all the guys who have made up those factions are all different performers. Like for example, if you just look at the Undisputed era as a whole, I'm very different from Roderick Strong, who's very different from Kyle O'Reilly, who's very different from Bobby Fish. But Bullet Club was the exact same way. Everyone was different, but together collectively, that's what made the Bullet Club what it was. So I think definitely. Of course, you're going to see people who compare kind of the groups, especially when someone jumps from group to a group. Undisputed Era has the same kind of cocky, no-nonsense, do whatever we want attitude that Bullet Club does. So you get the comparisons. But at the same time, I do think the group that we have now in the Undisputed Era is different in that sense. But I definitely have noticed differences. Yeah.
Speaking of Bullet Club, did you see the results of the last New Japan show, and what about the win for the Bucks?
Yeah, that's amazing to me because, gosh, back then it was just it was such a foreign idea that they were going to be wrestling as heavyweights in New Japan. So the fact that not only are they wrestling as heavyweights now, but they're IWGP Tag Team Champions is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But it doesn't surprise me with those guys. Those guys have accomplished and done so much that I don't put anything past them now. I don't put anything past them.
Okay, how did you feel and what did you think before the very moment going out at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn?
Yeah, I had definitely a combination of emotions for me.
Can imagine.
I was really, really excited, but then at the same time, again, I've been wrestling for 10 years prior to that point, but never in WWE. So even though I've wrestled all over the world, I was hoping and thinking, gosh, I really hope that the fans know who I am. So you're nervous and, oh man, this is such a big moment. Or are they just going to sit there, or are they going to be really excited? So fortunately, when they were really pumped and they were really amped, I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, good. So yeah, it ended up being one of my favorite nights in my wrestling career. But yeah, so much fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Quite a simple question to begin with. Are you gonna defend your title at NXT TakeOver Chicago?
As of now, I'll put it to you this way: we might have something planned cool for the show, but that hasn't really been discussed yet. So you'll have to kind of tune in and find
spoilers.
out. Yeah, right.
At the time, it was like some years ago, you had an interview with Stone Cold on this podcast, and you were talking about the fact of taking risk as a wrestler, and you told him that you were like something in the middle, taking risk when if necessary, but also having like finishing moves that are not that risky for your health. Can you tell us more about this?
Sure. Yeah. So when I first started, when I was 18, I wrestled for a company that had a very hardcore fan base and demanded a lot from its wrestlers. So every single match, I would do every move possible. I would land on the concrete floor. I would land really high on my head just to try to impress the fans. And then you realize as time goes on, there is a certain expectation now in 2018 where fans want to see cool, exciting, hard-hitting sports entertainment or hard-hitting pro wrestling. And there are ways to give them that without necessarily putting yourself in the hospital that night or not being able to move the next morning. So again, that kind of comes with time, and how I feel now about moves and things that I do, that may change 5 years from now. It may change a year from now. Maybe I'll add some things, maybe I'll take some things away, but that's kind of what keeps a performer fresh at the same time. You're always kind of evolving and changing your style, while at the same time, hopefully, protecting your body as best you can.
just not dying in that ring.
Right.
Talking about indie wrestling, you will defend your beautiful title belt
Thank you.
at Evolve 107 on June 24th.
Yeah.
What do you think about this interpromotional match?
Man, it's
with no challenger announced yet.
Yeah, right. It's exciting. I made a comment before when I first won the North American Championship. I said I was going to make it the most important title in NXT, and one of the ways for me to do that is getting the chance to go out and defend the championship in other companies and evolve. I think it makes it cool. I think it adds to the coolness of pro wrestling in 2018, where NXT champions are showing up elsewhere.
Crossover.
Right, exactly. So yeah, really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. Thanks. Over.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Hey, thank you.
Take care.
It was a pleasure, guys. Thank you very much.
Good luck for tonight.
Oh, thank you.